Will Skate 4 have a battle pass? That is an important question because this game is going to be free to play. Hey, howdy, how's it going? My name is Bennjipie. I've made videos on Skate before. It's, it's Skate period or whatever, you get this little animation. But most people are calling it Skate 4, okay? That's typically, the whole thing. That's how people identify it. And something that I found super crazy was, I don't know if you know the guy, probably do. He's, I would say, a popular creator in the skate genre area for YouTube. It's X7 Albert. He reacted to a part of my video, which I'll show the thumbnail right here and have the little fancy thing at the top right, to click on it, all that stuff. And pretty much, he reacted to it, didn't put me in like any of the stuff for it, and didn't say anything. Like didn't respond to my comment or anything. And we'll get into this, okay? And I'm not necessarily like upset, but it is mine. Here's part of the clip. I'm not going to show the whole thing because it's like 4 minutes long. And we're going to respond to everything that he says in the video. But the one thing that I'm going to nitpick right here, he reacts to my video. He doesn't put any of this on YouTube, okay? He does not tag me or say whose YouTube it was that he's reacting to and all these things. I believe truly if you're going to react to content, if it's on YouTube, put it in the description, put it on the screen, whatever. Shout out the person that you're reacting to instead of just flat out stealing their content when you're a very large creator. Which, by the way, X7 Albert gets like not that many views and he's still talking about Skate 4. There's no reason for him to be not shouting me out with this many subs. He doesn't post any of this on YouTube or shorts for YouTube shorts because he knows that he probably would have to like shout me out. You're not even probably. He has to shout me out because it's on the same platform, especially if he's going to use it in a YouTube video, which gets him a lot more money. You got to shout me out, man. And for posting on TikTok, I commented yesterday, mid-evening, like a couple hours after I had seen the post, and it was actually had like been posted. It's been like it was 3 hours or so or something like that, 4 hours. I comment saying, hey, you could at least shout me out, please and thank you, homie. I'll show the screenshot right here. Or actually, better yet, I'll show it right here. You see that? See that? Yeah. See my mouse? Yeah, right here. Boom, boom. It's right there. The really annoying thing is that I was not shouted out. And also, he doesn't even respond to the what I had said in this clip that he's reacting to properly. And at the same time, he completely meat rides the entire skate genre. Understand this before we get into anything. You're allowed to like anything. You're allowed to really enjoy something. I don't fucking care about that, okay? But if you're going to be reporting on something or giving an opinion on something, and you have this major bit of influence or whatever, you got to be able to be like neutral. You gotta not be biased in this entire thing. So we'll get into it. We'll talk about this, and then we'll also then after talk about why Skate 4 will most likely have a battle pass, the free-to-play system, and everything like that. If you would like to watch all of this, thank you. We'll get right into the reaction. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Let's get into this. If they do a battle pass, please do not ruin it. Please do not add it so that there's a time on it where you have to do it in 30 days or something like that. That's not what Skate's about. People play it every now and again. I don't believe that there's a person out there who plays Skate 3, Skate 2, Skate 1 every single day, because that's not how most games operate. It's like a movie. You watch it, you enjoy it, you leave it alone for a bit. So to start off this bit of reaction content that he is doing, in this clip, I had said that for a battle pass to be put into Skate, because obviously it's free to play, they need to make their money somehow. Having a battle pass in there, they should not time gate it or make it so that it is something that you need to complete within 30 days, a couple months, something like that, and make it so that you can continue to add battle passes, but make it so that you can complete them on your own time, because Skate is a game that is not like you can play it every day. There are people who play for an hour. There are people who play for 5 hours. There are people who play for a good amount of time. It does not matter how long you play for. People have their own game. They play a lot of Skate 3 or something, and then they hop off. They go and play something else. They go and play with their friends. Everyone has their personal game, the game that they will never let go, the game that they will continue to play. And that's great. But I say this just to get this out the way. I say make it so that you can complete the battle pass whenever, so that there's no FOMO, fear of missing out. And I say this, and then after I say, because not that many, people have things to do. People have lives. Not everyone is playing 24/7. If you're going to have weekly challenges, daily challenges, like some Fortnite battle pass shit, make it reasonable and all of that. He responds to the one part that's not that important though.
Whoa. Okay, see, I highly disagree with that statement. because majority of people who actually truly enjoy the Skate franchise do play this game every day. Back when Skate 3 was in its prime, including myself with content, I was playing every day. People were playing every single day. Skate 3, the Skate franchise, is just that type of game. And I know 100% most of you guys watching this, you could agree with that. Whether you play Skate 3 an hour every single day or 5 hours every single day, you're still playing every single day. The Skate franchise is not that type of game where you can just come on, play for a little bit, stop, go back to playing Call of Duty or Rust or something else, and then come back later during the week. No, Skate franchise is just that good. It's just that type of game that you would love to play every single day. And the way they're making Skate 4 makes me think it's going to be the same way. You're going to want to play this game every single day, especially if they're going to continue to evolve the map, continue to add things, continue to support it for 10 years. You're going to want to play every day.
Basically, this response to this is him just going off about how great the game is, how, you know, all these things. I don't disagree. I never played Skate 1 or 2. I tried playing Skate 2 on like an emulator from my computer. Doesn't really work. A ton of like PC issues and things, or not even PC issues, just the issues with the emulator and all of that. I tried figuring it out. Like, that was the most famous emulator to use, and that version of Skate and the ones that I could find just did not work. It was very choppy. The audio sucked ass, and the frame rate was terrible. It was like way less than 30, and overall didn't get to play it. But I played a bunch of Skate 3. I had beaten the Skate 3 story like twice. There have been numerous occasions where I lose the disc or something like that. I have it now. I think I have the disc. I at least own it digitally on Xbox. I've played a extremely heavily, largely amount. I played a lot. Okay, so it's not something where like I've never played it before, something like that, or never even interacted with Skate and I'm talking about it. I've had a lot of people comment before saying things of like, he doesn't even know what he's talking about. He hasn't even played Skate 2. He doesn't know what M Corp is. Listen, dude, I don't know if you know when Skate 3 originally came out, but it's been years, a decade. It's been a long time. It's not something where you just pick up and go, oh yeah, I remember all of these story beats, because there isn't much of a story to Skate 1, 2, and 3. It's just about you and your gameplay, which is fine. Totally cool with that. And I had also talked about story in my past video, and some people being like, Skate doesn't need a super interesting, big, large story. It doesn't need to be The Witcher. It doesn't need to be some Cyberpunk, Fallout 4, Fallout in general. It doesn't need to be this extremely large, branched off story. It just needs to have direction. That's all it really needs. It needs to have a sense of direction, and the idea that it can progress in its own way and it can continue over the years. If they're gonna, you know, like he had said, give support for 10 years, they need a story to keep it going. Story keeps people involved. It's like the icebergs for Skate. People are really interested in stuff like that. It keeps people invested. But overall, he says that a lot of the people who play are not just gonna play for like 30 minutes, an hour, and then go hop on another game. For me, it's not. It's very addicting. It is a very addicting game. But for me right now, for Skate 3 especially, because that's the game that I play, it's something where I've completed everything. I don't care to do the hardest versions of the challenges, like own the spot and stuff like that. I don't care to do that. Skating in general is fun when you have somewhere to go or someplace to be. It was really good when I was younger, but I just don't enjoy a game like that anymore because I feel like I'm wasting my time. I have things to be doing. It could be editing videos, it could be working, it could be literally anything. I'm not just sitting playing games, wasting my time. There's a reason for me to do it. As an example, a lot of the gameplay you may see from me is X-Defiant related, because my excuse typically to myself, not even an excuse, a reason, is that, okay, I need gameplay, I'll play the game, record it, then I'll stop playing, because for right now, X-Defiant isn't really that good. It's kind of, you know, it's hit or miss on matches and lobbies that you get, but regardless, this is a Skate video. So my gameplay is of the time that I spend playing. So that's that, and then I hop off. I don't really play just to play because of how the game is built right now. It's something where I need a reason to play. I am not just gonna sit there and play for hours. I feel like I'm wasting my time. Not on the game, but just wasting my time in general. There are other things that I could be doing. He talks about how they're making Skate 4 and how it's gonna make it so that people do want to play every single day and things like that. Yes, there's a bunch of multiplayer aspects, but overall, the game should be solo oriented, of similar style to Skate 3 of doing these challenges and things like that, adding new challenges, adding new places, adding new things to do, adding new areas to skate, own the spot, horse, whatever it may be, popular skaters, and like it could be even creators. Like there are YouTube creators that do skate that you could have in the game that you get to challenge them, get to own a piece of their like apparel or whatever it may be. Something like that would be great, and that's why it should be solo oriented. But for the way that they talk about building the game in their big 2024 developer update, it's heavily multiplayer. It's all multiplayer stuff that they're working on. They don't even have a story that they're working on, which I get it. You want to work on multiplayer stuff mostly because that is what will keep people coming back for playing with their friends. But if you don't have the solo part there, it's similar to you have multiplayer for Call of Duty, but where's the campaign? The campaign really, a lot of the time, is really fun because sometimes it's a very interesting story. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, we won't talk about the other Black Ops, besides Cold War, you know? It's something where you gotta be able to have this other thing to bounce between, because playing just multiplayer or playing just with other players in Skate is not that fun. And especially if they're going to have this on older consoles, there's going to be a lot of hackers. I don't think people realize this. There will be cheaters on this game, regardless of if it needs it or not. It's obviously you're not dying 24/7 and things like that. But man, like there's going to be cheaters. Free to play means cheaters. You can tell that someone who plays for free or someone who plays to pay, or like they pay to play.
I agree with that.
I do hope it's on. He doesn't fully react to it. He doesn't show the entire clip, but then he shows me having talked about the difference between someone paying a bunch of money to really enjoy the game and someone who is free to play. You'll most likely be able to like see the difference regardless of what they say. It's a free to play game. You'll have to spend money. He's like, I agree with that. All right. Understood as well that for me, I have said before that I would rather pay the $60 for the game than it be free to play. And the reason for that is so that I can actually earn everything within the game, because that's more important to me. I want to earn everything and get my money's worth. When it comes to a game like this, you have to pay for everything to get it all. That's not fun. As like a collector sort of. For this next part, I talk about how I would rather spend the $60 for a game than let it be free to play, purely so that I can collect and get everything within the game. So I feel like I have gotten my money's worth. Because if you want to collect everything within the game, which is something I didn't exactly phrase correctly, but a little bit after I had said this, I pretty much had said that you have to pay to get everything. For free to play, if you want to collect everything in the game, you have to spend an egregiously large amount of money. Look at Fortnite. And even then, you can't even get everything because there's region locked things, platform locked items where you can't use it on certain platforms and whatever. When it comes to free to play, you are not going to be able to earn everything within the game. And I believe in Skate 3, because that's the game that I played, Skate 3, there were a couple things you couldn't earn. You might have had to pay for it. I don't fully remember. I know that there were things of like, it's all challenge oriented, which I really enjoyed, or get a certain amount of boards. And I always loved that because I got the things that I wanted to wear and I wore them. But it was always nice. Like if they do with Skate 4, they're gonna need more to get. So there's gonna be things to earn, challenge-based things, XP-based, board selling, whatever the fuck it may be. I don't know. Overall, I would rather pay $60 for the Skate game, or have, I don't think he showed it. He might have. And I don't know if I said it in this video, but I would rather have a $60 bundle or $20 bundle or something like that to basically give you the full game, to give you the ability to earn everything. Maybe make it quicker or something like that. I don't know, but make it so that it is night and day a difference between who is free and who is not. As an example, Fortnite. Save the World became free, I believe, or you can pay to play it now. I don't entirely know how it works, but I know that if you pay for Save the World now, the game is no longer in early access for Save the World. So players who buy it now don't get the same benefits as people who bought it before early access or in early access. They are basically founders, so you can earn V-Bucks, which, you know, digital currency, compared to people now who don't get V-Bucks. They actually get tickets instead, which is for other things, but it's not anything to necessarily worry about. But you still experience the same game because you both paid for it, but you paid for it at different times. You paid for a different version. I would rather that, to be honest. Give me some sort of benefit. Give me something there, you know? Maybe, I don't even know. Kind of, I guess it could be the equivalent to people paying for the year packs or whatever they were called, or expansions for Rainbow Six Siege, when you would earn everything of that year and it was less money than just paying for the battle passes and things like that. I love that. I think that's great. I don't know entirely if that's exactly what they did, but something like that. I want to benefit. I don't like free to play. Sounds cool, but there's always a catch. Anyways, to what he said, I kind of went on a tangent. My fault.
Right, I kind of agree with that, but there's a con to that too. If the game's gonna be $60, $100, whatever, I'm 100% down to pay for it, right? But the con is, just like Skate 3, once you finish owning every single spot on Skate 3, there's really nothing else to do. It just ends there, right? So if this game does the same way, we're going to get to the point where, okay, well, we unlocked everything. What else is there to do? And I feel like that's going to end up making the game more stagnant, more boring, and eventually people are just going to start to drop off. Now, it being free to play with them supporting the game for 10 years, there's always going to be something new coming. It's always going to be updated. There's always going to be new challenges. There's always going to be something new to unlock, which makes it more fun for the long run. So, I mean, obviously there's pros and cons, but I think I'd much rather have a game where I don't feel like I already completed everything and now what else is there to do?
I have never heard someone say something so stupid in my entire life. I'm not going to lie. I was going to say something nicer or maybe harsher. I don't know. But that was the dumbest shit I have ever heard someone say. He says, when you paid the $60 for Skate 3, once you completed it, there's nothing to do. I don't think you realize how stupid that sounds. Yes, there is nothing to do. But there's a thing called replayability where you can start over if you wanted. And that's something that's fun the first couple times. You can do that. But also, how do you think it's going to work? Okay, no one spends a dime on Skate at all. Everyone is free to play. They need to buy servers. And this is, since this is the end of it, this is the end of the clip. This is going to go into my tangent or whatever of me talking about free to play, battle pass, stuff like that. If Skate 4 is going to be free to play, they need to pay for servers since it's going to be online only. They have not ever specified if it's going to be offline at all. And it's probably not going to be because it's free. So they need servers. So it's always online. Obviously, they're going to have stuff for cheats, whatever, to try to stop cheaters. And if everyone is not doing anything, they just play the game. Obviously, they could have like investors and things like that because they're with EA. They can show that they have a large amount of players consistently playing. But at the same time, it's not the players that matter. It's not the number there. It's how much everyone is spending on a monthly basis, daily basis, weekly basis that they need to show to those investors for those investors to put more money into EA and Full Circle and all this stuff to allow them to continue making the game. Obviously, a lot of people have said this. You're wanting the game to come out now, whatever it may be. Listen, the game was announced in 2020. 2022, it was somewhat more like official, more stuff to show besides them just saying we're working on it. They announced it way too soon. Everyone understands that, yes, the players should be involved in the making of this game and stuff like that. Totally for that, whatever. Doesn't necessarily matter. But overall, they announced this game extremely soon for not having much done. They're in pre-alpha. We should have been in pre-alpha to begin with the stuff that they were showing. A lot of them are saying, for being involved doesn't make sense because all people want is the ability to skate. We want all of the tricks, the flick it system, all of the things from every good thing from Skate 1, 2, and 3 put into Skate 4, make it, its own thing. But they're making it online only, free to play. There's going to be a battle pass. We'll get into that in just a second. But for him to say that for free to play, which is what I was saying about servers, if it's going to be free to play and everyone plays for free, how the fuck are they going to make money? That makes no sense. If they put a $60 price tag or had the ability for you to spend $60 for a certain benefit or something like that, the game doesn't just end. They're going to continue to support it because it's live service. That's what every single game does now. Skate 3 was not a live service game. That's why it ends. That's why they stopped providing for it. Obviously, I would say live service doesn't really apply to the older Call of Duties because of DLC and things like that. Overall, I didn't necessarily mind DLC. It was like $15, $20 or something like that. You could also buy the season pass, which gave you every single pack going forth, so you didn't need to spend money again. People had issues with DLCs because it kept players away from each other. So if someone had a map pack, other person doesn't, things like that. But if you just spend the $60 and give a benefit, if a bunch of people, millions of players, spend the 60, 40, 20, whatever they put price range on it, they can continue to support the game because it's a live service. Why the fuck would the game just end if it's free to play? Why would it end if you're spending the $60 on Skate 3? That makes absolutely no fucking sense. That was the dumbest response ever. And understand this, okay, I get the creators for Skate and whatnot that make a bunch of content on it. Zexy Zek, all of these other fucking creators, you're allowed to really love the company and, you know, love the skate genre and all these other things. But Jesus Christ, get wieners out of your mouth and stop sucking this thing off so fucking hard. They'll probably pay you or give you something of a benefit like drops if you stream or a code to give out on your YouTube, regardless of if you dumpster it or not. If you're bringing publicity, EA and whatnot are gonna care for that. It is so brain dead to meat ride this fucking hard. I understand that people really want Skate 4 to come out because it's going to be on a new engine. It's going to be all this new thing, like all these new things. It's going to be great, but there is going to be a catch, and people need to understand this. A lot of people are saying, well, it's full circle. EA's letting them do their own thing. It's a smaller group of people working on it. Just because it's EA doesn't mean anything. It's free to play, so you don't even have to spend anything. There is going to be a catch, and this is when it gets into my should it have battle passes and stuff like that. Understand, all right? Battle passes are bound to happen for a free-to-play game because there is no other way that if they can only have one thing to have players continue to support their game, to make it so that they can have a job, because understand that these aren't people doing this for free, it's their job. There needs to be money and income and all these other things. A battle pass is the first thing to be added. They're not going to do versions of the game. That would be, I would say, a little bit like last thought. There's going to be an item shop. There's going to be tons of shit to pay for because it's free to play. It's live service, online only. Regardless, it's a bunch of servers. They're not gonna do host to host, peer to peer connection because of the amount of issues that brings. People can DDoS you, or is it DDoS? People can kick you offline is really what can happen with stuff like that. So that's why they have servers, because everyone connects to the one server. Everyone is all, you know, same sort of connection, all these things. If they somehow have skill-based matchmaking for Skate, that's going to be fucking embarrassing. But regardless, I have no problem with Skate 4 having a battle pass. And a lot of people in this comment section, which I'll try to find some things. Actually, here, we'll find it right now. You can see the stuff right here. Let's see. This person, Mick Drifton, said, "No, I don't want Skate V-Bucks, bruh. It would ruin the game, make everything unlockable like Skate 3. That doesn't make any sense. They're not going to have every single thing be unlockable because it's free to play. They may do that. They may do similar to Siege, but example, Siege, you can spend at minimum like $10 or $20 to get the game if it's on sale or something. Regardless, you need to pay for the game. It takes an extremely large amount of time. It took me about like a month and a half to earn every single operator within that game at the time of playing. I think it was way before Deimos. I think just before Tubarão came out. If you don't know who I'm talking about, doesn't matter. Before a certain character came out, I had finally gotten all the characters because I was playing almost every single day for at least a couple of hours with boosters and all these other things using Renown. I never paid for a character, but it's like that free to play does not mean you get everything. It's not charity. They can't do that. They need money somehow. Otherwise, EA will shut it down and not support it whatsoever. And even then, there's no way that EA would fully just go with, yeah, we'll just pay for all of it. We'll use all our other things. No, that's not going to happen. It's not like Microsoft where they were like, hey, we can make a project, it cannot do as well, and it's totally fine because we make billions of dollars. Because they shut down a bunch of developing places and whatnot, and like I think it was Arcane Studios and all these other people. They shut down places, and it was like, whoa, what the fuck? That's just free money. This person says, isn't that the point of a battle pass? A pass with a limited time rewards. At that point, it's just a DLC pack. Whatever. Look at Helldivers. You spend $40 for the game and you can just buy the battle pass, play it whenever. I still have a battle pass still currently going because they don't time gate it. So I haven't played. I can come back and play. I don't feel the fear of not playing, missing out on shit. The same, like Siege does it too. You miss out on a bunch of content. Noah Trebino says, but his point is they shouldn't lock cosmetics behind time limits. Even if they do a battle pass, just make them all available. It's unrealistic to expect people to clock in like it's a job. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, that's all I have to say. His take was bad for all games with battle passes. He's going off of him gaming. To be honest, I don't even necessarily know what this person is trying to convey. I'm a little lost on that. I'm genuinely confused reading this. And this is gonna be in the video. But what do you mean? my take was bad for all games with battle passes. Battle passes should not be limited. Look at Halo. Halo's a great example. You can do the battle passes whenever. Helldivers, you can do the battle passes whenever. And guess what? People commend them. They're like, hey, I can play this whenever. That's great. I love that. Even though the game may suck, I can still do this. I like this part of it. No battle passes, fully unlockable content, and a few DLCs. It's a free-to-play game. They're not going to do DLCs. That's just not, that doesn't make sense. No battle pass, that's not going to happen. And fully unlockable content, it's going to take you millions of years to probably do it. If an ongoing game series has a battle pass, you're cooked. I'm not going to lie, a game like Skate and what it's trying to be, having a battle pass and it not being time gated, totally fine, to be honest. Wouldn't mind that. If it's time gated, gonna have an issue. This person says they say they wouldn't do it. That's just missing out on a lot of money. It doesn't really make sense to. There's no logical way behind this. I feel like they're just kind of like, I don't get it. It's supposed to be a free challenge-based battle pass for daily logins and rewards. A free challenge-based battle pass for daily logins and rewards. That doesn't make sense. They can have a free pass, but they're gonna have a paid pass. What the fuck? He's right though. Halo got it right with battle passes that are able to be completed whenever. Exactly. It's a small group that play daily. It's mostly casual that play every now and then. That is true. A lot of casual players have other shit to do. I don't want to have to make the game my job like some mobile game. Don't make it have a battle pass, period. It can have a battle pass, just don't time gate it. That completely trumps your point. I enjoyed the game a lot. Doesn't make sense you're not playing it unless you're playing the free stuff or the alphas that they're putting out right now, like the tests. I'm definitely not playing consistently enough to complete a battle pass. That's why you time gate it. All right, enough of responding and looking at these comments. I can't find exactly what I was looking for. I totally forgot, but pretty much people are stupid. I'm not gonna lie, people are very misinformed. I would say it's a simple YouTube video watch, like they have TikToks and everything. People just really, to what I'm understanding, a lot of people are very confused on what the fuck Skate 4 is even gonna be regardless. Like people are just lost. I could make more videos on it. If you want to see more videos, I mean, like talking about this game and things like that, totally fine with that. I love Skate. I also know that I'm gonna get comments of people saying things of like, well, you didn't play all the other games, so you're not that. Who the fuck cares? Do you hear yourself? Do you look at your keyboard when you're commentating and everything? Do you type with fucking 2 fingers, just your 2 pointer fingers when you comment on my YouTube? And this is talking about the people who are putting hate comments. You sound dumb. If you're someone who's, just giving regular opinions or anything like that, I don't, you're chilling, don't worry. Everything's fine. It's all fine and dandy. I'm just flaming these, idiots. Not having played Skate 1 or 2 or something like that does not mean that I don't understand the game or something like that. If there is a way to calculate how many hours I've put into a game all in one place, I would probably have like 1,000, maybe 1,500 hours on Skate because of how long I played it for during summers and things like that. I spent an ungodly large amount of time on that game. If you don't have internet, it was great to play because the whole game was there in front of you. Free to play, online only live service for Skate 4 isn't gonna fucking allow that. And don't get me wrong, I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong about pretty much everything that I'm saying, regardless of battle pass, free to play, live service. They could totally fuck the whole system up and just be like, this is the way that we're doing it. This is a new standard. That's cool, but I don't think the game is like GTA where they could say it's free to play or something like that and they could actually make that work. There's not that much hype. I don't think people realize how many people don't even know what Skate is because of how old it is. It's not something that's current. It's not Call of Duty. It's not Minecraft. People still play it. Don't get me wrong. People still play Skate 1, 2, and 3, have old consoles that they still play on, haven't even bought like PS4 even, it doesn't even matter. I had pretty much explained it throughout this entire video though, of me just talking about, hey, yes, it's gonna have a battle pass. There's gonna be something money related. If it's gonna be free to play, you're gonna have to spend money somewhere to get the most enjoyment out of the game, specifically because it's free to play. Free to play means money is gonna be used elsewhere because it's more money technically, because we would rather you spend $5 5 times or $5 12 times over you spending just the 60 and getting everything, because that's how, it's a business. It's logical for them to do it because that's more money for them. But when it comes to the consumer base of, the players wanting something complete, they're not going to get that. It's free to play. And yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully somehow X7 Albert, I don't even know what the, hopefully Albert sees this video somehow because he reacted to the first one. Hopefully he sees this one. I don't expect an apology, but hopefully, you know, like a nice comment under the video or something. And if in the next couple weeks even or something like that, I see it get posted to YouTube and he still doesn't have it on there, because this video will be coming out the day that I record this. And this was yesterday that I had seen this TikTok. If he posts, you know, a YouTube or whatever, YouTube shorts, I'm still not mentioned even after this. I'm gonna have a bit of an issue because you benefit from reacting to my content and not shouting me out. Because now people, obviously not a single person commented on the TikTok being like, hey, who is this? But regardless, there are people who would like to see the full thing and you just snip that from them. If I react to content, if I use anyone else's content on my channel, like example, I don't have this version of Call of Duty. I don't have Infinite Warfare. So I look up gameplay for it. If I use it, I screenshot their channel and I put that out there. I put it in the bottom right, just visible enough so that it's not covering the whole screen, but it's just there while the gameplay plays for whatever I'm talking about related to that thing. I do that because that's just nice. Even if the person's channel is dead, you still do that because it's respectful. So hopefully X7 Albert learns a lesson or something like that. I don't know. It's not like I totally just shit on. I don't really care if it ends up becoming a big drama or something. I don't really give a shit. You know, that's more algorithm based stuff for me. But obviously, to make this video be more known and seen by everyone, like the video. I don't think subscribing does anything, but if you want to see me talk about more skate related things, you could comment that down below, or you can subscribe. I get analytics. I see if a lot of people subscribe from a specific video, so I can do the math there on things like that. Obviously, if you've seen the past couple videos of mine, you know that a lot of people do like skate. That's usually the videos that do well, and I have no problem with that. I like talking about skate. Sometimes though, there's not much to talk about, so I do wait, and in the time of waiting, I talk about other games. So if you want to hear me talk about another game, let me know, or whatever. Subscribe. Like, there's a bunch of things that you can do. I am here. I'm not just, I mean, it's just fun. I don't make like billions of dollars or anything off of making these videos. It's purely just for fun. It's a hobby. It's very fun to do this. It's something where I provide to an audience, and it's very nice to do that because people watching my stuff, it's just this like continuous relationship of you watch, I make some money, it makes me want to make more content, which you get to watch, and that path and cycle continues. But yeah, hopefully, you know, people, you may have an opinion on battle passes, you may have an opinion on free to play, live service, things to pay for, the bundles or whatever I talked about, like the save the world stuff. And if you did watch up until this point and you have nothing that you want to comment, there's nothing that you want to say, you just like watching my stuff or something like that, comment pineapples, put it on the screen, comment that word, or something clever. You might get pinned if it's something clever, like a different fruit or something like that, or whatever it may be, like pen, pineapple, apple, pen. You can't do that now, but something like that. So yeah, comment something down. Doesn't really matter what it is. It boosts the video. It helps the video if you comment and like and share it, things like that. Do that if you would like to see me make more content on skate. I think that's a very mutual thing. You're already here, and this entire time of me talking, especially if you're on your phone, I've seen it. You put it in, what is it, landscape? You sit there, tap the comment button, and it opens it to the side. Isn't that cool? I don't know if it does. I have an Android, so I don't know if iPhones do the same thing. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Comment or something. You may not even want to comment pineapples. Comment what phone you're using. I don't care. Something fun. Just interesting. You can give me a fun fact. I'd like to hear that too. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. Also, don't attack Albert somehow. I don't even know if that would happen, but don't do that. Should have probably said that at the start, but that's gonna do it for this video before I, completely forget what I was talking about again. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day, night, week, month, whole rest of the year. It really does not matter when it is. I hope it's great for you guys though. See ya.
Don't worry, continue your progress.